Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me today is Terrence, aka T-Money.
If you smell what the lion is cooking.
We are going to do Monday Night Raw on January 27th of 2020, as well as NXT on January 29th, following that Monday Night Raw. So let's go ahead. We start off with the show with the winner of the Royal Rumble the previous night, Drew McIntyre. And he doesn't want to show any sign of rust or fatigue. He wants to wrestle that night to anybody who wants to pick, well, a fight. Not Aleister Black's line, but that's one thing we got to mention is the fact that news coverage says that the one who was supposed to win before the change-up was Aleister Black.
No, the men's Royal Rumble was supposed to be Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
No, they're saying it's Aleister Black on the news coverage right now. I didn't send it to you because I thought that you would have sent that already. But they said it was supposed to be Aleister Black who was supposed to win that one. I was like,
well, they had two. But he said they had two choices either. Because they said either. They did say the second one it was Aleister Black, but the first one was Roman Reigns. See, they can't decide.
Always got to change things up when it comes to Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Anyway, with the fact that Drew McIntyre did win that match, goes to WrestleMania, he chooses flat out Brock Lesnar. And I was like, yeah, that's what I wanted to see. I told you. I was thinking that was going.
I already knew that. When
right?
I saw Royal Rumble.
Him versus The Fiend, I don't know. That would have been a good one too. But still, we got Brock Lesnar going to defend his title at WrestleMania. So he'll be there.
But like I said, one person who's not happy that he'll never get a shot at Brock Lesnar is that the King of Bros, Matt Riddle.
Yeah, talk about it.
Brock Lesnar said to him, hell no, I would never work with you.
No. Start at the beginning.
Matt Riddle was going on and on saying he wanted a match with Brock Lesnar. He hopes to get one. He really wants this. And then Brock Lesnar responded to him, hell no, I would never work with you.
Yeah, how he contacted him. You forgot to mention that.
Yeah, that's like he responded on his
yeah, but you didn't say what. Did he email him, Twittered, text,
call?
I'm
getting ready to put it. Okay. This was on his Twitter.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar responded, hell no, I would never work with you. He did try to follow Brock Lesnar, but Lesnar didn't accept it. So he said that Matt Riddle was not an A+ player.
Well, he's definitely A class, just not A+. Yeah. In which case, between the fact that his feud with Goldberg set off a lot of fans. Because there's a lot of fans that do like him for what he does, but the hardcore Goldberg fans just don't like him in general. Like the guy behind you mentioned to me was behind you saying Matt Riddle sucks. The guy behind you when you were at Minute Maid Park.
Yeah, he said Matt Riddle sucks. Everybody was behind Goldberg.
But this we'll cover later. Anyway, with Drew McIntyre, back on that subject, is the fact that Drew McIntyre said that he wanted to fight somebody. We had both members of Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows coming in at the same time and issuing a challenge to Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre said, you know what? I'll fight you both. And he did. This was a no tag 2-on-1 handicap match. And Drew McIntyre gave them both a Claymore upside the head and pinned them while both on each other and eliminated them.
But you know he was thinking though?
Won the match. Sorry.
Drew McIntyre was thinking?
What?
He was like, which one are y'all going to fight me? So that's when he said, okay.
You know what? Y'all already know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But after throwing them both over the rope after getting the win, quickly from behind is Brock Lesnar stating that he ain't going to lose at Royal Rumble, as well as the fact of paying him back for eliminating him at WrestleMania at the Royal Rumble. I got my stuff mixed up.
That's more like sending a message to him.
Yeah, that was payback and sending a message. Freaking F5 his ass. Damn. Drew McIntyre is big.
I remember he always looked at me when he first came to the
He was bad. Yeah, you got a growth spurt
no,
after the age of 21.
No. They say it's that more working out, it makes you more bigger.
Can't say it doesn't. Can't say it doesn't. In which case, next thing on the list, my brother. Still loving the fact that Paul Heyman is now a liar thanks to Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm. The next thing on this is two veterans, Rey Mysterio versus MVP.
Courtesy of the fact that they were in San Antonio on Monday Night Raw. They weren't in Houston anymore. Houston legend who actually showed up, well, count him as a legend because he is a veteran. MVP was at the Royal Rumble. We covered that. And man, that was fun. I know, shout out to our boy Xavier Hill because that's his favorite. He actually had one more match in him to actually wrestle against Rey Mysterio. Mainly because he requested this because Rey Mysterio is his son who was in the audience in Houston, Texas for the Royal Rumble at Minute Maid Park. His favorite wrestler is Rey Mysterio, so this was a dream match for his son. In which case, Rey won the match, and this would be arguably the last time we see MVP because from what he's saying, he said, I'm done. I'm not coming back to the WWE.
If you watch Monday Night Raw backstage, that's when he tells the world.
Okay. That's true. Next. Did you like MVP? That's a good question.
Well, he was good in his matches. I like his matches with Jeff Hardy and Chris Jericho and Matt Hardy. But he wasn't a United States champion, I'll give you that. And I like his Chris Benoit matches too. The next match is Aleister Black versus some wrestler named Kenneth Johnson.
Green rookie. Local town
amateur wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Local town amateur wrestler gets fade to black. Which case, afterwards, he says that he knows that if he's going to pick a fight, he can't just wait for somebody to knock on his door. He's going to pick a fight with the people that jumped him during the Royal Rumble and technically he has beef with. That is both Seth Rollins, Buddy Murphy, and AOP. And they all come out to jump him. And it's just sad. Because I thought Kevin Owens was supposed to show up, but it's like they didn't, right? No, they did. They came out, Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe came out to stop the feud. They didn't enter the ring, but they sure got their attention for Aleister Black to get the heck out of there. In which case, after which, and I thought that it was AOP, but they didn't, because they were in Seth Rollins' personal locker room. Because they knew that they could just jump out or it could be pre-recorded throughout the morning. Nope. They were signifying words saying, so AOP, those two thugs of yours are in your locker room right now. That was a signal for when the next thing that happens is the Viking Raiders are jumping AOP in that locker room. Now that they know that those two aren't going to come out, Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe tag team against Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. But sadly, thanks to the cheating habits and the tag teaming of Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins, they won the match over Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. Damn.
You know what would be a dream match for AOP?
What?
AOP versus Dudley Boys. That'd be cool.
Or Viking Raiders versus Dudley Boys.
Yeah,
Anybody versus Dudley Boys. Come on.
A table match.
Next.
The return of Humberto Carrillo versus United States champion Andrade.
For the record, the tag team titles were on the line, but because they defended it and won, the titles did not change. This would be the second title match of the night for the United States title rematch against Humberto and Andrade. Sadly, thanks to the rules of Champions Advantage, Humberto would look like he's about to win, and Zelina Vega jumps in and attacks him, ultimately ending in disqualification, and still your champion, Andrade. The winner is Humberto, though.
But don't forget to tell him what he did to Andrade.
Andrade. In which case, paying him back in frustration, knowing that he didn't get the title thanks to Zelina Vega, she would stick it to him and Andrade, paying him back for what he did to him. Removing the safety mat, exposing the concrete, and doing Andrade's own signature move, DDT, onto his skull, and thus eliminating him. In which case, we got actual further news, because while that may have happened, there was more to it than we thought. Would you like to explain, my brother?
Andrade has been suspended for violating company wellness policy.
And what does that mean? Wellness policy. What does that mean to the terms? What did he broke on the terms?
He broke some rules. Let's say it that way.
You want to look it up?
Yeah.
We'll be right back. All right.
It was one of the drug tests he failed.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it said he failed a test.
What was the drug?
They don't tell you. It said he reported earlier today that Andrade reportedly failed a dirty wellness policy test and has been suspended for 30 days.
I'm trying to think. Unless he willingly took the drug, then that's on him. But in some cases, this would be, like with Paige, it was a misunderstanding. And that chick who is all red, I forgot. It's been a while. She has not returned to WWE. Eve what?
Eva Marie. Eva Marie. It won't all red.
In which case, in cases like this could be a did or did not. Because with medications, and if there's a lot of people who take medications for pain, allergies, healthness, and all that, and it could be counteracting and trigger certain drugs tests as this, but they didn't take it. So we don't know if this was a mishap or a direct impact.
It says they had suspended Andrade for 30 days, effective immediately, for the first violation of the company of talent wellness policy.
30 days. So we won't see him until late in February or early March. Mm-hmm. All right. That covered. We'll go into the next thing. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. You lost it?
I'm going back to WWE Network, WWE.com. Raw.
Surprised you can't make two tabs like I do.
Yeah, I like going to. I see now. I like going to the website.
Oh, wait! I think you just had it.
Yeah, I gotta go back up again.
Yeah, right there. There you go. That's what I do. I noticed that. I was like, oh, it's right there. Mm-hmm. It's hiding above the video. There we go. Say it. You can say it.
Charlotte Flair versus Women's Tag Team Champion Asuka in a disqualification match.
Before this match started, Charlotte Flair was bragging about who she was going to fight at WrestleMania because she won the 3rd annual Women's Royal Rumble, in which case gives her the opportunity to choose which title she picks, Raw or SmackDown, not NXT. That would have been nice.
Yeah, but sadly, she didn't say who she was gonna fight.
No, she did. She said, I haven't decided yet.
No. They changed it. That they said that she didn't say it. So it's been announced this week that she's gonna face Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship.
Ooh!
Because they said that she was supposed to say it on Monday, but she didn't.
Why?
Because that's what
that doesn't sound right.
No, but here's the thing: why they said that she was supposed to say it. Huh? Because Drew McIntyre said he was gonna face Brock Lesnar, and they were waiting for her to say who she's gonna face on Raw, and she never did. So they decided to put her against Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship.
For one, she didn't fight Rhea Ripley ever, as far as I know. Mm-hmm. She's been on a UK brand, and this would be a first. So yeah, this sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So, but WWE,
go ahead.
the WWE said that they're gonna put Becky Lynch against Shayna Baszler for Raw Women's Championship.
Mm-hmm. So she's going to Raw. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good question. Because if she goes for the NXT title, that means she drafts. Oh, they did a draft then. Charlotte Flair for Shayna Baszler.
Because the rules say at the Royal Rumble, you're supposed to announce who you're going to wrestle.
Okay. That makes sense. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That sounds good. Because those two, Shayna and Becky, have unfinished business courtesy of Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
Becky was never pinned or submitted. Bayley was. Bayley submit to the submission magician, Shayna Baszler.
They call her the Queen of Spades.
That's one of the names, but the announcers who does boxing as well said it too. I forget his name. Mikey, shout out in the comments down below. Who am I talking about? You know. You remember. I don't. You remember. George Lopez. In which case, back on the subject, when she denied mentioning who it was and said, I haven't decided yet. It would be this case where time and moment where Asuka comes in with sour grapes, knowing that she tapped out to Becky Lynch at the Royal Rumble, says that she's not ready, that she is to be champion, that she should get it. So she ends up fighting one-on-one. It's pretty much a WrestleMania rematch against Charlotte Flair and Asuka. In which case, Charlotte Flair gets the win, even with Carrillo saying on the outside, and thus going into what we now know against Rhea Ripley and the draft. So next week, if they plan it right, or the next following weeks ahead, we should see the effects of the draft where Shayna Baszler shows up, or before that, Charlotte Flair invades NXT, announces who she fights, Rhea Ripley. No.
But she can't say anything about it on she can't.
Social media.
Yeah.
I got you. No, I'm trying to think. Should this be done next week? On Monday? Or NXT? Or they're going to do this after the first time ever single NXT takeover pay-per-view Portland on February? Because there's no anything else other than that. Well, and it's on a Sunday. So if Rhea Ripley defends her title or Bianca Belair obtains it, Charlotte Flair may make a crash appearance and announces that. Mm-hmm. And then from there, we may see Shayna Baszler attack Becky. Respectfully. That's what I'm thinking. Either it happens sooner or around that time in February. Mm-hmm. That's my guess.
Or she might make...
I'm strategizing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm putting my shoes and the corporate strategy of storylines. Either which way, it's going to be good.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. She might make... Charlotte might say it on Monday, and then, Rhea Ripley might show up
on Monday.
Yeah. If she also might say it on... might show up on NXT, then Rhea Ripley might come out in the ring.
Yeah, buddy. So what's next on the list?
Mojo Rawley defends his title against No Way Jose
for the 24/7 title with backup. I don't know who this guy. I don't remember his name, but I remember this guy is one of the. I wouldn't say veterans, but he's definitely one of the guys trainee from NXT and hasn't been seen for quite some time. So the fact that he's actually drafted to Raw as the backup for Mojo Rawley in his title, this is definitely looking good for him. After which Mojo Rawley defeats.
His name was Riddick Moss.
Riddick Moss. That's with 2 S's. No E. Moss. Otherwise it would be Moss with an E at the end. So Riddick Moss failed to do his job because right after he defeats No Way Jose, he ends up getting jumped by what appears to be the hamburger guy, Hispanic looking sombrero wearing. It was R-Truth for the umpteenth time again. Your new 24/7 champion, but just as quickly, he actually does his job. He blocks him from exiting. Mojo Rawley slams him in the mat, pins him, and becomes a 3-time 24/7 champion, staying true to his statement that he ain't going to run. He's going to defend that title in the ring.
Because Riddle Moss is he's trying to make up for what happened by helping Mojo Rawley.
This is definitely a good storyline for Mojo and Riddick Moss. This is good. Mm-hmm. I like it. So you know R-Truth is just going to keep coming at him. You know he does. Mm-hmm. Next.
Liv Morgan versus Lana.
This match.
I love Liv Morgan.
You like her new gimmick, huh?
Yeah,
you didn't like the previous.
Didn't like the pink thing, and I didn't like the rice guy.
Psycho Punk.
Yeah, because
I guess that's what you would call it.
She wasn't because like
the Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she wasn't like on her. Well, I like she wasn't getting any push by that. Let's put it that way.
She's getting somewhat of a push now.
Well,
but not for a title.
They said well, like it's more like they give you a push, but you have to be on your own. Yeah.
Well, technically she is. She doesn't have Rusev.
Well,
she did before, but Rusev and Bobby Lashley didn't show up.
No, I'm talking about she didn't get a push because she was a Riot Squad. They're saying that. You have to get pushed to be on your own.
No, I thought you meant recently.
No.
In which case, in this match, surprise, surprise, finally, the winning streak of Lana would come to an end with a very unique move. I have never seen that before. She would actually bounce off the ropes along with her opponent and then go forth to a flatliner. That means like this. You take the opponent. I'm going to use my brush. And you go, poof. You just roll back with the face hitting the mat and the head. In which case, she hit it with a springboard. That's what you call it. A springboard flatliner. She threw her whole body onto the second rope when she did that. That was interesting and creative. Thus, I don't know the name of that move. It's nameless right now until she tells in an interview or says out loud in the ring what it is. But as far as anyone's concerned, that move did Lana in, and now Liv Morgan has a win over Lana. And where that will take her, we'll have to wait and see. Next.
I think Liv Morgan, you did a good job. And I hope you continue to beat the mess out of Lana.
Yep. What's the next thing, my brother?
Mm-hmm. Eric Rowan versus local talent.
Another case of what's in the cage? Still no answer, still left with so many questions and imaginations just running wild in so many people's minds. Eric Rowan gets a easy win, still wondering, where is this going to go? Just where?
I don't know what is in the cage. Okay. I think it's like a crow.
We'll have to wait and see. Announce the next match.
Randy Orton. Edge comes out and talks about his career, and then Randy Orton
potential return to WWE.
Yeah. And then Randy Orton comes in and here's what he had to say.
With Randy Orton even going so far as to mentioning the fact that maybe Rated RKO should make a return, but quickly turns on him and hits him with the RKO, the deadliest, quickest move in WWE history, or in wrestling history. Mm-hmm. After which just turns from bad to worse, ultimately doing one of the signature moves of the Rated R's RKO. I was about to say Superstar.
Rated RKO.
Move is that to put the head in there and jump from the top rope. Instead, he goes for the actual iconic move where he stakes a steel chair and slams it on his head, leaving a vulnerable, devastated Edge and putting the question, is his neck injured yet again? And will his career continue or not? You want to? Go ahead.
They say he's been taken to an ambulance, so they run some tests on him, and they said Edge would be okay.
You ready for the next one? Mm-hmm. While he looks up NXT, a shout out to all the Heaven Monsters podcast members, including Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to their 3 YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below. Our boy Andre just recently updated 2 parts of a side angle of our podcast we did this Sunday at Royal Rumble. For Royal Rumbles. Excuse me, not at. We weren't there live, you were. As well as a shout out to Renee, Farrell, Chris Petrie, and Delvin. And of course our boy, T-Money. King of Puppies. Puppies. Ready? This I can say first because I remember I wanted to hear what she said. Returning to the commentator announce table is none other than Beth Phoenix, one of the heaviest hitters, and the fact of she had an injured skull in the back of her head, bleeding during the Royal Rumble match. Beth Phoenix, and they are welcoming her back and saying how was her moment at Royal Rumble. She would quickly sidetrack that while her moment was going, she is devastated of what happened to her husband last Monday that we just covered, and that while she wished she could be with her husband right now with her daughter to see his condition, she is a professional and is doing her job to be commentating for NXT. And she says, let's get this over with. Let's do our job. Let's go. So Beth Phoenix, mad love for you for showing up that night, and crazy love for your husband, Edge. Hope he is okay, and I hope you get to see him. Probably already has.
Well, some people probably would say it different. They say that she should be with her husband.
But she's professional. She's bringing home that bacon. Good job.
They're saying that you should be your husband because family. They always say there's a family comes first.
This was the first match right here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They always say family comes first.
Yeah. Not if you're bringing in a lot of money. If you're bringing in a lot of money, you need to go work.
Yeah, but some people
will say that. You need to be at work. Don't worry about me.
No, say no. They say that you be home with your family.
Yeah, that's one side.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
This was the first match right here.
Finn Balor versus Trent 7.
Trent 7.
Trent.
Yeah, Trent
7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In this match, Trent would be just freaking assaulted by Finn Balor. Because Trent 7 and Tyler Bate, both members of the Mustache Mountain and originators of British Strong Style, were there in the Johnny Gargano's defense during the Worlds Collide before Royal Rumble at Toyota Center. Finn Balor took offense to that, knowing that they got in his way and had him pinned in his own car, choking him. He's tapping on the freaking car door. He's not letting go because he said that he wanted to finish him off for interfering in his business. So Trent 7, one half of the Mustache Mountain, would actually fight against Finn Balor and lose. The momentum for Finn Balor is not going down anytime soon. And he's your personal favorite in NXT. You got a t-shirt of him along with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
So you got two heel t-shirts.
I also got Seth Rollins, but you already seen that one before.
Yeah.
I was trying to get a new one, but I didn't have time.
What did you think about the match between Finn Balor and Trent 7?
It was good, but I would say Finn Balor should fight someone like.
No, actually, he's pretty good. He's actually pretty good. He's one of the hard-hitting heavyweights in the UK brand. Yeah, I know you don't watch it. I watch it just on the fly.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying some people were saying that sometimes people will say, we want to fight someone better.
He's one of the best in UK. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Well,
they hold him in high regard.
I would like to see him fight Tommaso Ciampa. But
you might. Mm-hmm. Right. In which case, next match is
Shotzi Blackheart versus Deonna Purrazzo.
Shotzi Blackheart, oh my God, she came in a motor vehicle basically designed as a tank with a skull and its design in the front. That was awesome. That was cool. I'm not gonna lie. and ended up getting the win against this still freshly recruited superstar into NXT and WWE in general. She did fight in, I believe, Monday Night Raw, but still lost to Blackheart. And the momentum's going for her, especially after she eliminated Shayna Baszler in that Battle Royale that Bianca Belair won for the #1 contendership at Portland TakeOver. Okay, next.
Dominic Tozovic versus Damian Priest.
We would have the North American champion, Keith Lee, come to the ring and thanking his blessings, only to have interrupted by Damian Priest. And then followed by Dominic Tozovic. It would be settled between the two, issuing themselves a challenge. And Keith Lee is just watching like, oh, okay, I'll go. Let's see where this goes. I'm interested. In this match, these two towering individuals would actually battle one each other. And man, they did not disappoint. They laid everything in that match, God. But the one who would come out of it was like Dominic Tozovic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now it'd be looking into it at Portland TakeOver. It would be none other than Dominic versus Keith Lee, another round between those two, and this time a title would be on the line. Subtracting Roderick Strong, because last time he was in the middle of it as the champion, not anymore. So now, with the title on the line, let's see how hard these two will fight than they did before in their previous matches. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh. Next.
The contract signing between Tommaso Ciampa and Adam Cole.
I'm starting to think they're trying to steal freaking Fiend's thunder, man. What the hell? Well, before this little contract signing, Tommaso Ciampa was making extra sure there would be no 4-on-1 little issue. He made sure to jump all three members of the Undisputed Era, Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly, laying them out and showing up while everybody was wondering what was going on. He would appear out of nowhere in the shadows with a lead pipe, coming to the arena and issuing that he is ready to make this contract signing, that nobody is going to interfere when he gets his Goldie back. That means the title, for the record. Adam Cole is furious, making demands, making statements, making threats. And here comes the general manager, William Regal, stating that he was just already making sure about the contract, saying he could decide who he wanted to fight. He was going to come to him. And now he's like second guessing that. But Adam Cole takes the contract, goes to the ring, is now, he wants Adam Cole after that little assault on his brethren, his teammates of the Undisputed Era. And before he even gets in the ring, he blindsides him, and Tommaso Ciampa takes it like a champ and freaking lays out Adam Cole on the table. And then he goes and takes that blood that's busted over his own skull and does a freaking Fiend. Instead of stabbing his own hand, he wipes his scalp. I'll be right back. Okay. As I was saying, Tommaso Ciampa wipes his breath. Oh, whoa, what's going on? We're fogging up. There we go. Wipes his scalp with the blood and puts his blood on it, on that contract, symbolizing he signed it. And he takes, I think, Adam Cole's blood and signs it too. Because Adam Cole, I don't think he signed it. I don't know if he did. He could have before he got into the ring or after. It depends. But he signed it in his own blood. So, yeah, this is going to be good. And the next thing?
Tegan Knox versus Dakota Kai.
I think this is the main event. In which
Not
case...
Really.
It isn't?
No, there's two more.
Oh. So Tegan Knox versus Dakota Kai. This friendship that was ended during the War Games, thanks to Dakota Kai's betrayal, she ends up whooping her ass, and thanks to the assist of Candice LeRae taking the chair out of her hands from ruining the match, Dakota Kai loses the match and Tegan Knox wins with Candice LeRae in her arms. Yeah, buddy. Next.
Kaden Carter versus Chelsea Green.
Yeah, these are still kind of the lesser talent, but nonetheless, they're not the A-listers right now, but they're trying to get there. It would be none other than Caitlyn Carter that gets the win.
But you know who Chelsea Green is, right? Zack Ryder's.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Zack Ryder's girlfriend. This girl is paid in money.
Fiance.
Fiance. Oh, fiance. Even better. In which case, she ended up losing by a quick pinfall. Not a quick pinfall. A surprise pinfall being laid out and schoolboy. Or in this case, schoolgirl. And she is baffled. What was that? Was that the clip?
Yeah.
In which case, she is baffled and her manager who hired her as golden talent is this baffled. He's trying to say to me, no, that can't count. She got her. No. So this would be an interesting concept knowing that these two are going to have a feud knowing that that happened. Is that it?
No. Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne versus the Grizzly Young Veterans.
Grizzled.
Young Veterans.
Yep. This would be the finals of, that's why it's the main event. Because this was the finals for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classics. In which case, these two, oh, thank you for mentioning that. Holy crap, these guys. Best match of the night. Possibly the best match going into 2020. These guys, damn. They were going back and forth so many times with such badass tag team moves. It was ridiculous, dude. I know you don't like Matt Riddle. I know you don't. But you gotta give it to Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. You gotta.
I can give Pete.
Did you watch the match?
Yeah, I can give it Pete Dunne, but not Matt Riddle. So.
Well, I do because damn, those guys. And I don't like them because they're cocky as hell. But you gotta give it to the grizzled young veterans. Those guys definitely gave them one hell of a fight. They put it all on the line for a shot at the Undisputed Era's tag team gold at TakeOver Portland. They did not disappoint. It would be a surprising double tag team move used by Matt Riddle that Pete Dunne followed. And they even had a freaking ankle lock, 2 ankle locks in the ring. I mean, shot after shot.
I just don't like him, Matt Riddle, because he disrespected legends.
I know. That's why you don't like him. I know that's why I like him for his talent. I
want everybody to know this who's watching this. I just don't like Matt Riddle because he disrespected legends who paved the way for him to be in WWE.
I know. I like Matt Riddle because he can back up what he talks. Well, as far as against Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, I think he's pushing it, but I would like to see that nonetheless if they ever get around it.
And 3 more. Booker T said Booker T.
He challenged Booker T?
No, he said he disrespected Booker T. And Chris Jericho and Lance Storm. And
I would like to see those matches.
And Sting.
I would like to see those matches. Him versus all those people. 1-on-1, respectively.
He thinks he doesn't understand why they always bring these WCW wrestlers. Cause
he ain't the only one.
Because they paid away for you.
We heard this so many times.
And plus, he don't realize in his stupid head that Chris Jericho.
He got a lot of moxie.
Yeah,
he got a lot of moxie.
Chris Jericho and Booker T have been WWE wrestlers for years and years and years.
Well, he's definitely made a statement winning a trophy alongside Pete Dunne. And they are the Broserweights. They definitely won it. And they were just a mashup tag team. They were a mashup. They were just made on the spot and they went all the way. They won. So now let's see if they really truly go all the way going in February at NXT TakeOver Portland. Let's see if they can take the gold of the Undisputed Era's NXT tag team titles. Let's see if they can take it. And you got to give it to the grizzled young veterans. Even though they lost in the finals, they were nothing to sleep over. Nothing. You sleeped all of that, you would have lost. So the Grizzled Young Veterans, I see a potential another opportunity for them to go for the NXT tag team titles against Gallows.
Yep.
So I do watch it, but we don't cover it. That is the difference. They haven't really interested me that much to say, hey guys, let's cover NXT UK. Nah. We haven't done Ring of Honor yet because I'm way freaking behind. And they haven't done any updates on New Japan Wrestling as far as television-wise.
Well, I know.
Or the website I go
I know
to.
one thing about Velvet Sky. She's dealing with health issues.
Velvet Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm way behind them because of the fact that I actually watched Velvet Sky just recently, but I am months behind. Months behind. I am not weeks, I am months behind. So, I'll catch up on that in due time. Okay. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's his ride. Here we go. This is the end of the video. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button, like the content, and hit that notification bell for the next Heaven Monsters podcast. Most likely at my place with my homeboys. Shout out again. I need y'all bros this Sunday so we can cover some of the shows. Whoever shows up, I don't mind. You know I love y'all. Y'all my brothers. As well as you. Thank you for doing this as always. And we'll see you next time. I'm SergDragon. This is T-Money. Peace out.
Bye.